evening, guys, or morning, depending on when you guys see this. I have no idea when I'm gonna schedule this video for. But if you're new to my channel, I'm Adrian, and Kiwi is my parrot slash channel mascot slash companion, whatever you want to call him. He does everything with me and I love him so much. That's a totally different story, whatever. Welcome to another yarn and chit chat video. Those of you that have been with my channel for a while, you guys already know that sometimes I put out these kinds of like yarn related blog style type videos. And for those of you that are new to my channel, thank you and welcome, and I hope you guys stick around. Today I wanted to pop on here and discuss Joann's bankruptcy that I believe was announced 4-ish days ago, which would have made it Monday. Right now, in my time, it is Friday the 22nd, so I believe it was announced on Monday the 18th, that Joann's craft store had filed for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And while I haven't seen much talk on YouTube about it, I've seen a ton of people just freaking out on Facebook about it, which is actually how I found out about it. I noticed everybody was just really freaking out, thinking that they needed to go down to Joann's and buy up all the yarn, that stores were going to be closing, employees were going to be getting laid off, this, that, and the other. And maybe if I had the money to spend right now, I might have reacted that way, and I might have, got a hold of Mom and been like, hey, we got to go hit up some Joann's. But I'm on a yarn ban right now, and I have been trying really hard not to buy yarn. I've been actually doing really good. The only yarn that I've bought has been for a cardigan that I'm working on that was actually a made-to-order item out of the Etsy shop. So I haven't bought any yarn except for that. Now, people have bought me yarn. I have received yarn, but I myself have not actually bought any yarn to add to my stash. That being here nor there and totally off in left field compared to what I wanted to come on here and talk about. That is the reason why I didn't go nuts freaking out, thinking that I needed to rush down there. Instead, I decided to do a little bit of research on what a Chapter 11 bankruptcy is. Which apparently there's a really big difference between what Joann's filed and what people think of when they hear the word bankruptcy. Most of the time people think bankruptcy, or they hear the word bankruptcy and they think, oh my god, that company's completely gone under, the worst has happened. But I guess there are, for lack of a better description, different levels of bankruptcy, bankruptcy, because I can't enunciate this evening. So I did a little bit of the research, and let me see if I can pull it back up. I'm going to define for you guys what a Chapter 11 bankruptcy is, according to our wonderful daddy Google. Basically, it is a reorganization. When I look up the definition of a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It says it is a case filed under Chapter 11 of the United States Bankruptcy Code, is frequently referred to as a reorganization bankruptcy. Usually the debtor remains in possession, has the powers and duties of a trustee, may continue to operate its business, and may, with court approval, borrow new money. So I'm thinking this means there's not going to be a bunch of stores closing. There's not going to be employee layoffs. There's not going to be a bunch of sales where they're trying to get rid of all this merchandise, and use that money then to pay off their creditors. It sounds like to me they're just doing some financial reorganization, really, which I guess is why it's called a reorganization. Now, I do have a few different articles that I have skimmed over and a few that I have read a little bit further in depth on, and I will link all of those in the description box below if anybody is interested in reading a little bit more about this. Sorry guys, I'm not really sure what happened to my camera. It just cut off for no apparent reason. But yeah, I will link a couple of the articles that I have, kind of read over, skimmed through, and whatnot in the description box if anybody is interested in taking a peek at those. Now, one of them that I am looking at right here, is dated March 18th. And it says fabric and crafts retailer Joann's has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection as consumers continue to cut back on discretionary spending and some pandemic-era hobbies. So it sounds like during the pandemic lockdowns, lots of people were, getting into different hobbies and whatnot. And now that the lockdowns are all over, I mean, they've been over for, a year or two, but that sort of spending, people aren't spending their money on, hobbies as much. And I'm thinking that's probably where this is coming from. It says, in a Monday statement, the Hudson, Ohio-based company said that it expected to emerge from bankruptcy as early as the end of next month. So that's not really that that's not long, away at all. I mean, the end of April. Following this process, Joann will likely become privately owned by certain lenders and industry parties. Joann's has over 800 stores in 49 different states, and its website will continue to operate normally during the bankruptcy process. There are, it says that it is about $505 million in debt. Or no, they want to reduce the balance. They want to reduce their debt by about $505 million. Now, I do know that I read somewhere, for those of you that are into the stock market, this might be a good time to pick up some shares in Joann's. I say that because in 2021, their shares were going anywhere between $12 and $17, and that their shares as of right now have actually dropped by at least 20%, and from what I read, they are going for as little as 25 cents per share. So anybody that's into the stock market might consider that, because this sounds like something that they're going to bounce back from. I really think people just seen the word bankruptcy and really started freaking out. But it definitely sounds like something they're going to bounce back from. No doubt about it. There's not going to be any layoffs or anything like that. It does, one of these articles talks about, Joann's is one of the best places that can serve crafters, and that's true. All of us love Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby. Those are the three big ones. The three, that's the trifecta of crafters, especially here in the US. Let's see, this article here says that the bankruptcy filing arrives amid both a slowdown in discretionary spending overall, and during a time consumers are taking a step back from at-home crafts. And then there's those of us who do at-home crafts 24/7. Let's see. I'm just kind of scrolling through this article here. It is by apnews.com, and of course I'll link it among several others in the description box. It does talk a little bit about rivals like Hobby Lobby. For example, offer lower prices, while casual crafters can now go to stores like Target for ample art supplies and kits. I don't know if that's true. I've never actually stepped foot in a Target. So somebody tell me in the comments below, does like Target provide arts and craft supplies now or something? I don't know, because I've never actually stepped foot in a Target. I've only been inside of a Joann's once, and I don't think I've ever been inside of, I've never been inside of a Michael's. I've only ever ordered from Michael's online maybe 2 or 3 times. So yeah, I guess Target now sells arts and craft supplies and kits and things like that as well. It says that Joann's listed more than 2.4 billion in total debts and about 2.26 billion in total assets when they filed the Chapter 11 petition. And it was filed in Delaware, citing numbers from October of 2023. Joann's previously went private in 2011 when it was purchased by Leonard Green and Partners for about $1.6 billion. A decade later, Joann's, still majority owned by the equity firm, returned to the public market with an initial public offering at $12 a share. And see, that's what I was talking about. In I read another article that was actually 2021 where their shares were going for $12. It gives a little bit of history. The company was born back in 1943 with a single storefront in Cleveland, Ohio, which I feel like is the case with a lot of chain stores that we have nowadays. They were started in the 40s, the 30s, the 50s. Even I think McDonald's even was like started in the 50s by some brothers, something like that. I think a lot of the chain stores that we have today started back then. But yeah, so the article gives a little bit of a history on Joann's. So that's kind of fun, interesting to read about. And it does say that formerly it was known as Joe-Ann Fabric and Craft Stores. the company rebranded itself with the shortened Joann name for its 75th anniversary. See, we need another rebranding where they add an apostrophe S on the end so that people can quit arguing over whether or not it's Joann or Joann's. Everybody says Joann's. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to touch on that topic. Like I said, I haven't seen very many people discussing it on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe people don't care, but from what I see on Facebook, a lot of people care. So, y'all, give me your thoughts in the description box. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think that, this is a good move for the company? I don't know. I thought it was a great topic for yarn and chit chat. I periodically do these bloggy type videos that still somehow manage to center around yarn. And I'm up tonight doing some batch recording. Casey's got she's got a sleepover going on right now. So like, yeah, there's that. Anyways, guys, so I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and checking out this video. I really, really do. I am probably gonna get back to making baby beanies until I can think of another video or some more content that I need to film before I go back to work. If you guys caught my live on Friday, you'll know that I actually was in the emergency room on Wednesday with some pretty severe pain. It turned out not to be as serious as we thought it was going to be. If you're interested in watching that live, though, I will link it up here. Crystal came on with me. Mom popped in with me with us for a few minutes. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. So really, I mean, like, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoy the content, please, give this video a thumbs up. Maybe share it. I am really trying to grow my channel this year. I really am. And I love everybody who has supported me. And that, I mean, supporting the channel, like, that, all you have to do is watch the videos. So thank you guys so much. And I'm gonna let you go because now I feel like I'm gushing and I feel awkward about it. So, bye.